I'm back once again to talk to you about Grace Under Pressure. Now, as you might know, the Kickstarter launched yesterday. You can find it at tinyurl.com/SOVGrace. The link's in the description, so please check it out because we're relying on you to help bring this particular project to life. It's our first comic in the Era Survival universe. That's the one of the images from that universe right there. It's our first comic in this universe, and I'm really excited to be bringing you this story because it's been quite a long time coming. I've been asked a lot, and I've done a lot of different things in this universe already. I've done a role-playing game, I've done a card game, we've done some audio work, but we've never actually gone ahead and done a comic, and that's maybe a little surprising, looking back over the years that Era Survival's been around, 7 or 8 years now. Now, I'm here today to talk about Grace and why she is an important character in the story of Grace Under Pressure. Apart from being obviously the main titular character, she is a survivalist. She is the strong core of the group who knows what she wants, knows what she's going to have, and is not going to take no for an answer. So she's a very strong female character. She is the driving force that pushes the group forward and helps them survive, not only by protecting them against the difficulties that come up from being a survivor roaming Gaia, looking for work, wandering around in some of the most dangerous areas, but also by thinking about how they're going to get the brass they need to survive. So she's an expert tracker, she's an expert, not expert, but she's a good negotiator. And she's the kind of person who always has a blade on her somewhere. So she's not going to back down for anyone. And actually, she originally came from the cover of the Era Survival Core rulebook. And I've got it right here, actually. Let me grab that. Here you go. Here is Grace in her first appearance on the tabletop role-playing game rulebook here. Excuse me. This is our first appearance. It's what we used as the base model to make the character for the comic, and she actually appears later on in the book as well. She's in a story called First Convoy, and she's pictured a little later in her life as well in the tabletop role-playing game rulebook. Now, Grace has a journey. And we've seen the end of the journey where she is a defender. And this comic looks at the beginning of the journey, which is much closer to what you're seeing on the cover here. She's a fighter, she's a scrapper. Whether it's infected or whether it's people, she's not going to allow anyone to get the better of her in a fight. And that makes her an interesting, different perspective on the world of Gaia when compared to Clint and Jessica, who are her two companions. I'd say that relative to them, she's maybe a little more morally grey. She's okay to go around killing people if that's what the job is, if there's a bounty. She's going to fight and track as needed. She's going to help people, but she's only going to do it mostly if she's going to get some money out of it at the end. And she's not going to compromise her principles or her safety, or indeed the safety of her friends, to ensure that, she'll be focused on survival first. And that's not true of Jessica, and it's not true of Clint for various reasons. And I'll be talking about those two a bit more tomorrow. So, yeah, that's about all I've got to say about Grace. I'm happy to answer any questions, so leave them in the comments below if you want to know more about her. Please don't forget to check out the Kickstarter. It's the early days of the Kickstarter, and it's going pretty well. We're at 70% funded, but we've got a little more to go, and then I would love to push on to some stretch goals and bring even more of this story to life. In our last comic project, we were able to do a really awesome little extra, and I would love to do something like that for Grace Under Pressure. So please go ahead and check it out. I think that you will like the comic. It's got a bit of a sense of humor, but it's also quite a serious, gritty survival horror comic in a world where the apocalypse happened 100 years ago and everyone knows that this is not going to get fixed. Everyone is fundamentally out for themselves. Grace, more than anyone, knows that, and that's what makes her the central character of this group of three. Thank you once again for watching, and I hope you have a lovely day. Once again, the link's in the comments. It's tinyurl.com/sov-grace. Please go check it out. We need your help to fund it. Thank you so much for watching.